Yes, people, welcome to another edition of Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And I'm also joined by my fellow co-host, the king of spin, the most shameless fan that I know, the AC Penitentiary Patroller, Chelsea's finest, Blues Fans TV's own, Carefree Lewis. What are you telling me, fam? You good?
Yes, bro. What are you telling me, man? What a
Yeah.
great 24 hours has been for you. I know that.
Fucking
That sort of news pops up out of nowhere. Literally in the middle of the stream, Scott's just like, you guys, Ed Woodward's just resigned. He's like, Ed Woodward.
Ed
Like,
Woodward.
Ed Woodward. First
Couldn't believe
Chelsea
it.
leave, and now this guy's run scared and he's left. What?
I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't stand him. Absolute weasel. That's what he is.
You
And
lot
that
must
weasel.
have been dancing. I saw
Gassed.
you guys on Rant to Scream. I was like, that should be party settings right there.
Gassed. That's why I didn't jump on Blues Fans TV, because I was going to jump on for
Bro,
the watching.
I do not blame you. I do not blame you. Pop the champagne out. Pop everything out. Like, you've been waiting for this moment for years. Take it.
Facts. Man was merely rocking on his grave. And I was so happy when that happened. So happy when that. I can't stand him. Proper weasel, snake, reptilian liking it. That's what he's liking it. Just sucks the leech. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard he was resigning, happy. And that was just that.
Like, you fuckers might be back though, so I'm not too happy about it. I can see
here.
the good vibes, and I'm here for it at least.
Yeah, you know what? This is the most positive United fans and the most united, pun intended, united of how United fans have been in a long time, and because we got rid of him. Just before that, the European Super League news broke that was getting disbanded, which was great. Now it's on to these pricks. Yeah, these Glazers, these owners and that. But yo, we're gonna touch on all of that.
On a serious level though, what caused him to do the resignation? Because obviously the Super League was going to be a factor for it. And I was hearing rumours about how unhappy the United staff were from the top of the pyramid all the way down to the bottom with the decision. But like, what was the chain of events that led to him actually handing in his resignation?
Yo, that man stuck it on him. So the players weren't having it. So supposedly Maguire, Shaw, and Bruno, they're the three names I've heard, all confronted him the next day.
Luke Shaw, you know.
Luke Shaw, man, you get me?
Fair enough.
Yo, Bruno, Harry, and Luke stuck it on, man, and he didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Bruno,
why
I'm not surprised with. He'll stick it on anyway.
Stuck it on him and that. I can't stand him, the weasel. You know what I'm saying? Karma licked his clock quick. I've been saying this. Karma spanned the block. Greedy. That's what it is, because not only did he resign from his position at UEFA, thinking he'd be all nice on this European Super League board. So you got no UEFA now no European Super League. The fans would have been on his neck because we didn't like you anyway. And this just made it worse. I'm saying, as much as we dislike you, you took it too far. And we disliked you already. We already couldn't stand you. People already turned up at your house in the past. And then you go and do this and you try and take football away from us. And not only destroy Manchester United, but try and destroy all the other teams in the Premier League and Championship and League One and League Two. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, it was party central settings. I'm still gassed about it now. Can't wait for him to leave.
So many other clubs are now doing it as well. Arsenal, I think, are going to try and make a serious push to get Kroenke out. I think Liverpool fans might be trying it with FSG as well. I'm not too sure. Tottenham's, I can't lie. What was that from them? That was to bottle everything. I swear down. Can't even do a fucking protest. How many man did they bring, man? We brought thousands. They brought nearly 100. Then they have the bigger ground.
This guy.
Bro, no, like, we're gonna say this is agenda. Like, what the fuck, man? 100 man, and you're telling me you hate Levy?
Oh my god!
Like, you lot must really not care about them too much, because you brought 100 man to an Enoch out protest.
Before you can continue, it's 4 minutes in. So
serious.
Let me introduce the guest, and we're gonna get to that definitely in it. But introducing the guest, 1/3 from a third eye view, Madon. One of the guys who I started. He is actually one of the guys I started this whole footballing journey with. Liverpool fan, my G, very knowledgeable. Man like Stro in the building. Yes, Stro, what are you saying? You good? And welcome to Agenda FC.
I'm good, man. Yo, let's just carry on with the Spurs propaganda, man.
All right, let's go then, innit?
Yo, I'm saying, how they brought 100 man to a protest? Like, I know it's a bit rich coming from me because I weren't even able to make it to my protest yesterday, but we had thousands of Chelsea fans there at least.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like I didn't do my job. I had other fans there that did the job for me, and we came out in thousands and we got our voice heard. Yeah. They came in hundreds. I was watching the stream on We Are Tottenham TV, and I was like, Yeah, fair play to Ben and Sim in it because they brought the banners and everything. Like they were on it. They got let down by their fan base hard. Like just an hour before kickoff, and there was 30, 40 guys there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Their ground's bigger than us. They have a bigger area around the ground. With us, our kickoff got delayed because the fans were holding the bus back.
Yeah.
In protest.
Yeah. You lot want it proper.
What were these lot doing? Yeah, MB was talking about it as well. There was uncles there buying glasses and shit. They were going to the mega store, buying stuff from Spurs, and then protesting against Spurs. You are clueless. Actually clueless, man.
You got a point. Hey, Stroll, go on. We don't know this. This is Sarcasm City TV, so we weren't going to start here, but let's start here and give us your thoughts on the Spurs protest before we get into everything else.
Utter shambles. Because you see Chelsea's one, and you've got Laura Woods there, Petr Cech's in the midst of it, whatever he was doing. You've got pundits there taking pictures. You know what I mean? Like the Chelsea one was done proper. The Chelsea one made an impact. Fuck me, it made an impact. Look at what happened a couple hours afterwards. And then you see the Tottenham one, and I just want to quote Uncle Shay, Shannon Sharp. It was like a pebble in the sea. It was absolutely awful. I've never seen, honestly, like genuinely, because the worst thing is, I've seen the video, you see him coming around with the banners, you're thinking, here we go, this is going to be something. And then, like, 3 lines back, it stops. I'm like, is that it? Like, this is what you've bought.
Well, it's ridiculous.
Terrible. Especially when you see Chelsea's one, which went off, by the way.
I love Chelsea's one for that. I loved it. The sign that said we want our cold nights in Stoke. That's one of them.
That is one of the
genius
best signs I've ever seen.
Yes, genius. Absolutely genius.
Iconic as well.
Yes, that's going to be one of those.
There's a sports museum that was asking for it and everything.
Yeah. It's iconic.
It's iconic. Done where it's Grand Theft Football, and you've got all the different owners of Grand Theft Auto theme. Like, it's genius.
Ooh. I want one of those teas still.
All the owners have turned it on themselves, though.
Yes, all the owners have turned
stuff on them. Actually, except for Roman, to be honest, he hasn't really taken too much of it.
It's really Roman in the shape
that we're going for instead, because Roman ain't really hands-on with the club that much anymore, especially seeing as they won't even let him in the country. So he leaves that Arena and a bunch of other directors to sort out the club. He just checks in.
Yeah, no, you're
literally just Daddy Roman pops in to help us out whenever we need.
Yeah, but salute to the Chelsea fans who pulled up. I don't know how well. As Arsenal's tomorrow. Arsenal's is Friday, sorry. I know Arsenal's protest is Friday, 6 p.m. Manchester United's is Saturday, 3 p.m. I'll be there. I'm at the United one. I'm definitely pulling up 1,000%. But yeah, people, if you haven't seen Agenda FC before, what it is, it's a show. The Agenda FC is just a play on words because, in the YouTube and footballing world, as soon as you disagree with someone, a lot of the time it's, you have an agenda rather than just having a disagreement. So that's why we called the show Agenda FC. That's why I got the most shameless fan I know and the only football fan more shameless than me, Lewis, to co-host this with me. And we just give strong opinion. We just give an opinion. We give one of our strong opinions on something. And obviously we sometimes joined by special guests, and that's why Stroll's here on the show also. But before we get into that and discuss the Big Six and how they should be punished in the European Super League, disbanding, etc. Make sure if you're watching on the YouTube right now, you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it across all the socials. Really important you do both of those things. Like the video, make sure you share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV is road to 3K, and Lewis's channel is in the title also, so you can literally click on it and it's road to 22K for him, I think it is, doing big numbers in that. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Big up Winter Surfer who says, typical Spurs, even their protest was mediocre. This guy, love for the super chat as well. And I thought, who better to get for this topic of how the Big Six should be punished than someone who's very hard on their sleeve in Stroll. I know how strongly Stroll would feel about this type of thing. So yeah, we'll start with you first, Stroll. How do you think the Big Six should be punished?
Well, I don't know if you've both seen, basically, the Premier League have asked the 6 clubs who were involved in the Super League to step down from the committee of the Premier League. So, yeah.
Didn't know that. I did not know that. Did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's been announced yet or not, but that's basically what's happening.
Say that again?
So the Premier League, I don't know if it's been announced yet, but basically the 6 clubs to get in the executives of them to step down from the Premier League committee.
Love that.
Yeah, I've already heard the Chelsea Supporters Trust are pushing Bruce Buck to resign.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So obviously they're getting them to step down, which is the right thing to do, because it's brought shame and embarrassment on everyone at this point. It depends how drastic you want it to go, because when you heard the Crystal Palace chairman or whoever he was on Sky Sports News or on Sky Sports Monday Night Football, and he's talking about it, they made it perfectly clear they need the big six in the Premier League. They need the big six. So it's like, how drastic do you go? Because you can go points reduction, which would take effectively Liverpool, Chelsea out of the top four race completely. Potentially even take the likes of Manchester City and thinking, and Leicester become champions. The whole relegation thing. There's so many avenues.
That is a mad twist at the end of the season, you know.
That's what I mean. So it's like, it's how drastic did you want to push it? For me, drastic. You have to go drastic. Because
I'm with you.
Because this Super League would have ruined football forever. Let's not get it mistaken. Like, this Super League, if it went through, it affects your standard grassroots football,
Yes.
non-league football, professional football, the lower tiers of professional football, League One, League Two, Championship, and then it even affects the Premier League in terms of, did they alter the Premier League and then you have to start playing the Premier League midweek and then the Super League weekends? Like, it affects football as we know it. And a drastic change like that and a drastic act like this needs a drastic response. So, does it affect my club? Absolutely, but they need to be punished. They have to be punished, because these owners are just going to keep trying to slime the way through making decisions like this constantly. And I can't trust FSG.
No, I understand. And for me, I also say, with regards to whatever I'm going to say, everyone's going to get punished equally because they're all involved equally. But for me, like, I feel like you also have to take into account how involved they all were to an extent, because you've got Perez, who was the chairman of everything, and then the vice chairmans were, I think it was John Henry from Liverpool, Stan Kroenke from Arsenal. I think one of the Glazers was in there, correct me if I'm wrong.
One of the prick Glazers was in there, yeah. Surprise.
No one from Chelsea or City was in there. And we already know Chelsea and City were late newcomers into it only because they wanted to be on the right side of it, because they thought this was inevitable. So they thought, at least get yourselves on the right side of the coin. So I think, to that extent, I'd like to see clubs get punished more for their involvement, but I also don't think that's going to happen anyway. And I think regardless of what I'm going to say, they'll all get punished equally. And I kind of understand anyway, because it should have never got to this point. But I think to punish them would also be to make UEFA look like the good guys, where UEFA really aren't.
No.
They're also the problem as well.
UEFA are a big problem. UEFA are a massive problem. Like, never get mistaken. People try to, and you didn't do this, Lewis, but I've seen other people try and twist it where to say is, if you're anti-European Super League, you're pro-UEFA, you're pro-FIFA, you're pro-FA. No, that's not the case. But that doesn't make UEFA or FIFA in what they were saying wrong. They might have been fighting the fight for different reasons, because we know it was touching their pockets, but it was still the correct thing they were saying. This European Super League destroys football as we know it. And when I say that, does it kill football totally? No, the Big Six would have been fine. The Big Six would have been absolutely fine. What about the Premier League? Like Stroh mentioned it there, we can't relegate the Big Six and take them away from the Premier League because it will destroy it. But what happens if the Big Six aren't in the footballing pyramid at all? What does that do for the rest of the 14 teams in the Premier League? What does that do for the rest of the teams in the Championship, in League One, League Two, and further down? Conference North, Conference South, etc., etc. And I thought, throw the book at these, man. It has to be something heavy. If you're going to do a points deduction, don't do it now. Do it at the start of next season. Me personally, I'd relegate all six. But that's just me. Because people say, yeah, it takes a hit for the Premier League. The Premier League will take a hit. But they was looking to get the Premier League the fuck out of here anyway. So to me, it makes no difference. And they could try something like this again.
Imagine a championship race and there's only free space and the whole top six are vying for it.
That would not only is that booming for the championship, what does that do for the championship in terms of revenue? That boosts the championship revenue. I'd relegate us lower. I'd go the whole way and do like a League Two thing, like they did in Serie A. Where did Juventus go to? Did they go to Serie C?
No, it was just Serie B.
Oh, was it Serie B? I'd go further. You know what I'm saying? Because they did here is worse than what Juventus did. And I'm not
I think
condoning
it
what
was
Juventus
Serie
did.
B and they had like a minus 30 point deduction.
Something like that. And hit us with the points because people are like, oh, if you relegate him to League Two, they'll just walk all the teams. Nah, hit him with a points reduction. And like you said, if it's in League Two or League One, a championship, and there's only 3 spaces, that means 3 of the teams will go up, 3 teams will be left. And that will spread out the money as well. And you have to throw the book at man in it. You know what I'm saying? In football team sense, you have to give them, that's the death penalty. You have to give them that to make sure they don't try this again and make sure owners after this don't try it again. You get what I'm saying? And but that's just my thoughts on it. And that's what I think on it. What are you saying, Stro, about possible relegation, or do you think it cripples the Premier League too much and they can't handle it? Because what people are forgetting as well, when the European Super League was announced, which was crazy, they put in their statement, one of the things they said was 5 teams from domestic leagues can qualify from their 5 teams can qualify from their domestic leagues, but yet you're at odds with the FA. You're at odds with the English FA, the Italian FA, the Spanish FA, but yet you're going to pluck teams from their league from qualifying. That is just privilege to a next level. Absolute ridiculousness. And this is why I'm talking so hard on this, because the only people I seen agree with the European Super League was supporters of the Big Six. How dare you as a Liverpool, like, who touched on it? Someone mentioned it to me. How dare you take away the Merseyside derby? You're just going to take it away. And it's just no longer going to continue. That is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Shitting on all the history of all these top 6 clubs in that. That's why we got to get these men out. But yeah, go on, Stro. I'm going to talk about this for youngs.
For me, I think points reduction starting that season. Thinking 15, 18 points minimum. And then it's a level playing field then. And then let's see. Then it's really sink or swim. Do you know what I mean? For Champions League qualification. So that's what I'd do personally, because they deserve it. They deserve a heavy punishment. They deserve every bit of criticism. Now, I touched upon this. I felt so sorry for Klopp on Monday night because he was left hung out to dry. And when I touch on FSG, I'm going to talk about what Klopp did yesterday because it did not go down well.
All right, let's talk about it.
So, I'm sure you've seen all the Liverpool players before Liverpool left basically putting out the same picture saying, we don't like it, we don't want it, we stand together, this is for the fans, etc., etc. And the leader among leaders, Jordan Henderson, was at the forefront of that. Jordan Henderson was at the forefront of getting all the Premier League captains together. Jordan Henderson and Jurgen Klopp were in our new training facility, and Klopp had a meeting with FSG, and he made it abundantly clear from what I've been reading this morning how pissed off he was that him and his team were left hung out to dry by FSG, by the top 6, by Perez, because he was the first manager after all of the news broke and everyone knew exactly what was going on. He felt victimized, he felt ambushed, he blindsided, everything imaginable. So it did not go down well. Klopp made it perfectly clear that we're not doing it as a club and as a team. Forget our contracts, forget the fact that we're employees of you. It's not happening. And then that's why when you see John Henry, I think he's the only owner that's actually come out on video and done an apology, where he openly comes out and says, look, I apologise to Jurgen, the players, the staff, like, I blindsided him. That's a response to what Klopp said to him, because Klopp went mental.
I love that. And it had to be done in that. It really had to be done. It needed to be said. And I don't care. The Glazers part, I ain't reading that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Couldn't care less about it. Couldn't care less. I have no interest in what you lot have to say in it. No interest whatsoever. Same with John Henry. I don't. Like I said, I'm far from a Liverpool fan, but fuck FSG. Hey, Arsenal, but fuck Kroenke and that. It's time that we take our clubs back. You know what I'm saying? Go on, fam.
I said this to you yesterday. The timing of it, the same week as Hillsborough. You know, Liverpool fans are emotional as it is because of the history and everything that's gone on and how bad it was spanned by the disgraceful newspaper, which I don't even want to talk about because I can go a whole clip on them as well. Or just everything about Liverpool and everything that Liverpool stands for, and you announce it a couple of days after the Hillsborough, knowing that Liverpool fans are still going through it. There's fans that have actually lost families in the Hillsborough disaster who are still emotionally trying to get over it, even though it was 30 odd years ago. Because you'll never forget something like that. Like, we've all been to a football match. We've all come home from a football match. Those 96 fans didn't have that chance. And you announce it on the same week as that. Knowing the history, knowing your club, didn't think about it once. Get the fuck out of my club. Like, I don't want you anywhere near my club. And the damage is done. And you know the damage is done when, shout out to Chris Pajak, shout out to Paul, like, I love the Redmen.
Big up Redmen, big up Redmen TV.
Saying to Chris as well, it was like, you know it's when you see them coming out saying they want FSG out. LSE Day Trippers, salute to Gav, Grizz and all them, they want FSG out. Alex Cop TV, he wants FSG out. Like, the damage is done. Copish, FSG out, all of them. Shout out to my three brothers there. Like, it's done for Liverpool and FSG. There's no coming back from it. Like, it's done. I don't care what you try and spin. You can buy us and Mbappe. I don't care. Out the door you go. Because this is the thing. Look at Hicks and Gillette when they ran Liverpool into the ground and they nearly put us bankrupt and nearly completely took us out of business. Liverpool fans ran them out of Liverpool. FSG and all the owners are lucky that there's no fans in stadiums, because I'm telling you right now, Liverpool will run FSG out of Liverpool. Liverpool fans will get rid of him. You know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have no doubt about that. I have zero doubts that Liverpool fans would. And that's rightfully so. And you made me aware of that when you was like, right, this is the same week as Hillsborough. Like, that just adds on top again. That just makes a bad situation even worse.
It's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face. And then you call us legacy fans.
Yeah.
Legacy fans. Think about what
legacy fans. What's even this legacy fan BS I've been hearing anyway?
So
history, Go on, from.
Yeah, so they basically came out and said that the historical fans and they want to start appealing to a newer audience, because otherwise you're going to lose the next generation of football. So genuinely, so then as Liverpool fans, as I mentioned, the Hillsborough disaster, everything that went on there, all the history of Liverpool fans in terms of us nearly going
Hall of Fame fans. Fuck that.
That's what they were saying. Because ridiculous, in the NFL, they've got legacy fans and they've got like legacy fan packages in the NFL and stuff like that.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Fuck that, man.
Serious, trying it. And again, the whole, just how morally, not only is it wrong from a sporting aspect, it was wrong morally. Like you touched on it there being the Hillsborough week, and they didn't even have the decency. Not only have they done it during that week, they didn't even have the decency to make a statement and let us know why they're doing it or what's going on. And this has been in the works for years. This has been in the works. And they've said nothing. They didn't tell any managers. They didn't tell the players. They didn't tell the staff. They didn't tell the fans. That is absolutely... It lets you know where you stand in it. And it lets you know their moral compass. And it's like, that's just common decency. You know what I mean? Forget football. That's just common decency to tell if you're an employee and you have people, you're an employer, and you have people working for you to let them know what's going on. I'm not saying give them a vote, but let them know what's going on.
Well, you know it's bad because obviously FSG own Boston Red Sox, and there's a player, I can't remember his name, who plays for the Boston Red Sox, and obviously John Henry was at the game last night, and as he's coming out of the changing room, he sees John Henry, and he pulls him. Don't you ever enter this? He's a Liverpool fan, lifelong Liverpool fan. Don't you ever enter this Super League? It goes against everything that Liverpool stands for. You better sort it out. And this went viral in terms of, it was all over newspapers in Boston. It was all over Twitter. I can't remember the guy's name, but salute to you, because he's an employee. Do you know what I mean? He could easily get his contract ripped up. And he was like, nah, I'm not having it. He went out of his way to go and see John Henry.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, calling people legacy fans, like, and big up everyone commenting as well. Love to
just
get the likes up.
Remember you, and that's it.
Yeah, calling people legacy fans like they're dead is a disgrace. The reason why the clubs are so profitable is due to the fans. The fans are a major part of that. Everyone, Liverpool's history, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Spurs, Manchester City. Like, the fans are a major part of the history of those clubs, especially the three clubs that we're all here representing. We're not even representing the three clubs that we support, should I say, and massive parts of that. I'm saying when Anfield's rocking, when the bridge is full, when Old Trafford is full, etc. And you just get rid of us for new fans because, 16 to 24-year-olds are not interested in football. Perez really said the whole nine as well. Like, let's not forget that. Oh, they're saying we can't play in the World Cup. We create our own World Cup. Like, the ignorance. Like, I can't believe. Actually, I'm not even shocked by it. It's just ridiculousness. That's what it is.
Here's the thing I hate more than anything about this dumbass Super League is Barcelona are in over £1 billion worth of debt. Real Madrid are in £800-900 million worth of debt. They've been, especially Barcelona, they've been corrupting the system for years. Why are we giving them a fucking lifeline?
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Why are we doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Not even just Barcelona. You got the likes of AC Milan who've been struggling for years. You've got No, to be honest with the Italian clubs, I understand in general because they make so much less money compared to all the other clubs involved. That makes sense. Arsenal, like that. Arsenal being one of the main vice chairmen in that, I thought was a joke because we're talking about the Super League and there ain't even banter running anymore. It's like Arsenal, Spurs, AC Milan. These lot haven't been playing at the top level for years now, and we're throwing them into a Super League saying they're one of the best clubs in the world when they're really not.
That's what made it even worse. European Super League. Who was super in that? You know what I'm saying? Who was super?
The biggest clubs in Europe weren't involved, Bayern and PSG.
Yeah, who's super in that?
And what European trophies have they won?
Yeah,
United got a European trophy. Nottingham Forest have got a European trophy. Aston Villa got a European trophy. So why the fuck are Tottenham in it?
Yeah, European Super.
Even Leicester's done more in the last 5 years than Spurs have. I don't know why they weren't involved.
Ridiculous. Absolutely. European Super League. Who's the European powerhouse that's in there out of the English clubs? United, my club, is definitely not no European Super. We're in the second tier, you know what I'm saying, of European competition. We're in Europa League for a reason.
One Champions League, literally just the one. And we only flex on it because no one else in London does. That's it.
So Chelsea have one Champions League. Manchester United's last Champions League was in 2008. Liverpool's, yes, that's more recent. Spurs, Arsenal, and Manchester City don't have any. So 5 out of the 6 clubs have one Champions League in the past 10 years. If you add in Liverpool's, it's 2. So the 6 English European royalty have 2 Champions Leagues in the past 10 years. That is absolutely shocking. And you add in, yes, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they're different gravy, but AC Milan haven't been in the competition for how long? They haven't won it since what, 2005? Inter Milan haven't won it since 2010. Juventus haven't won it since, when's the last time they won? The 80s, the early 90s?
No, I thought it was 03 they lost that
final. No, they lost it to AC Milan. This is my point. Yeah. So between AC Milan,
Juve got knocked out the last 3 years by, was it Lyon, Ajax, and there's another mid-table club in Porto, that's it.
Get me? Atletico Madrid haven't won one in our lifetime. And yet, this is your European royalty. Yeah, I'm not saying Juve haven't won it since the 1994. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's my point. Flawless, it wasn't based on finances. It was based on finance related, not based on merit or success. But that's my whole point. The fact that this was based on money is where it went wrong from the start. And this is why it failed. And if you go back and check shows on this channel, when I'm debating with people about it, I said this will not work. Because morally it's wrong.
The Swiss model from UEFA is exactly the same thing.
I'll touch on this. What is the Swiss model?
Disgusting.
Go on, what is it? I don't know exactly what it is.
The Swiss model is a 36-team division. It's meant to be a one-tier league first off the start. You face 10 random teams that are picked based on a seeding system that gives you a fair amount of top-tier, medium-tier, and low-tier teams. And then the top 8 go through to the last 16 and have a guaranteed spot in next season's Champions League, regardless of wherever they finish. While 9 to 24 all go into a playoff system with the final 8 from there going into the last 16 too. But then there's also 2 extra spots in there that are given based on coefficient. So if if Manchester United, for example, finish 7th in the table, they could still go into the Champions League based off their coefficient over the last 5 years. And if a team with a lesser coefficient finishes higher than them, like let's say Leicester City finish above them, they go into the Europa League and United go into the Champions League. So it's still got the same elitism.
Yeah, well, we need to attack UEFA in the same way we went after this European Super League. Because again, let me state this: just because you're anti-European Super League doesn't make you pro UEFA. We know UEFA
and the Premier League playing the victim was like one of the worst rapist searches I've ever seen in my life. Literally, like, you are just as big of the problem.
Yeah, you're not. We know you're not corrupt. We know they're not clean. We know that you man are dickheads also. Go on, Stro. Was you going to say something?
Yeah, because it's just like, you look at UEFA, for example, and obviously me and Lewis were talking about it before the game. I mean, before we went on this, the Liverpool-Tottenham Champions League final, 70,000 seater, 16,000 tickets for Liverpool fans, 16,000 tickets for Tottenham fans. So there's 32,000. Mm-hmm. Where's the other 20? Where's the other 28,000 corporate? That's disgusting. Like, UEFA isn't for the fans. And it's like the Premier League. I'm not saying I agree with it because you can tell by the views on this. I don't agree with the Super League. But you look at the Premier League and they've got the voting system, right? But the big six, because of the TV revenue and stuff like that, the reason why they were so pissed off is they feel like they should have a bigger say in those kind of meetings. You know what I mean? So when you've got someone who comes up from the Championship for the first season, like a Norwich, for example, why should they have an equal say compared to the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're only going to be there for a season. So it's like, I can understand why the big six were getting frustrated with the Premier League. And the Premier League are just as bad as well. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to play the high horse.
Oh, he's got sent off now.
Joke.
Go on. Side note, you got sent off.
Is that Matty Cash? It's now 10v10.
Mazza. But
I
yeah,
haven't even seen what the foul was. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, keep it down. Keep us posted. It's calm. And you lot in the comments as well. Keep us posted. Yeah, go on, Stro. Say what you were saying about why should a Norwich get the same
man.
Get the same amount. Get the same amount of what's it called? The same amount of stay when you've only just popped into the Premier League. Go on, this is an interesting point.
No, because this is what I'm hearing about why. So, for example, Project Big Picture was the start of the European Super League. So the Big Six specifically wanted to have a bigger say in terms of the meetings because they constantly felt like they were being outvoted. And then when you see people like West Ham kicking off like, oh, it's a joke, it's like, well, wait a minute, you tried voting relegate, you tried voting to null and void the season to stop your ass getting relegated to the Championship. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to listen to anything you say. And it's like, I've got a love for Leeds United, but go back to 2018, you, Derby, and a few other teams in the Championship were trying to negotiate your own TV deal. So what are you talking about? Like you're talking to a man that knows his stuff. Like, don't try to come with that kind of argument. So because it doesn't add up and it doesn't correlate. So it's like the reason why the big six were getting so frustrated because, like I said, the likes of a Norwich, the likes of a Fulham, the likes of West Brom, who were yo-yo teams, for example, they can come up, they can vote on Premier League matters, and they're only going to be in the season in Premier League for a season, and they've got the exact same equal say as a Chelsea, a City, a Liverpool, United, and that's why the big six were getting frustrated.
No, I hear you. Yo, and you lot get the likes up on the video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, you know me, Sarcasm City TV. Subscribe to Lewis. His channel is in the title. Also, you already know. Man is saying Tottenham. What's Ryan S is saying? Big up Flawless, Lewis and Stroll. Football died and then got revived like the Undertaker all 3 days. It was mad. Big up to you and that. UEFA showed some backbone for the Super League. It's about time they did something to address racism. The Glenn Kamara incident was not handled well enough. It's a farce that he got a free game ban. That's another thing. Like you said, innit?
I don't care about UEFA.
I'm with you. UEFA, I don't care about UEFA.
This just shows that they had all the energy for years, but they never cared to show it until it was their money being hurt. We all knew that at the same time anyway. So fuck UEFA. We weren't here for UEFA. We're here to protect the sport for ourselves. Fuck them.
It's a mazza. Absolute mazza in that is nuts. Yeah. Like I said in it, I can't reiterate this again. Just because you was anti-European Super League does not make you pro UEFA or pro. It's just that the fact. Go on, fam.
No, I was going to say, like, as much as I love what Gary Neville and Carragher were saying, fuck Sky as well. Like, we're talking about the man that we're trying to do a $14.99 prescription pay-per-view for fucking Newcastle and Sheffield United.
Yep.
Like, one, get the fuck out of here. Secondly, it's like, you see the TV fixtures. So it's like, as fans, and I was watching, DT said this, and he summed it up perfectly. As fans, you plan your route. Do you know what I mean? So you'll see that Arsenal, in DT's case, Arsenal are playing on a certain day. So you're going to plan your journey. Do you know what I mean? And then what? Because Sky suddenly want to pick it up and then change the date of it because it suits the better TV time. So then you might have to change work. Do you know what? It's just like, it's disgusting. The whole thing is corrupt. Every single bit of it is corrupt.
Yeah. It is all types of fuckeries. All just... Yeah,
bro, and this is why I love Germany so much. Germany, you buy a ticket to the football game. Let's say I'm in Munich, it's away in Hamburg. I don't know how far that is, but let's say I needed to get a train. I could use my football ticket on the train to get to the game. You can't do that anywhere else.
Hold up, wait. Say that again. That sounded mad. Say that again.
So let's say I'm in Germany, and I've got a ticket for this particular game. So it's Bayern Munich playing Schalke, for example. Yeah, I'm in Munich and I need to get to Schalke, but I need to jump on the train. I don't need to buy a ticket. The ticket for the train is my football ticket. That gets you on the train.
Sick. That's sick. Yeah.
Because that's how well the German football is run. It's run properly over there. Cheap season tickets, cheap tickets for fans. Like it's a That's what football should be. Not this shit that we've got over here. Fucking Arsenal with one of the highest fucking season tickets in
Arsenal's hella expensive
at this
still.
point. And it's like, for what? It's dead football. It's dead teams. David Luiz who can't defend. Granit Xhaka. Like, what are we talking about? Same with Tottenham. It's like, come on now, have a word.
Yeah, they started taking a piss since their stadium opened as well. This is why I don't want a new ground. But our ticket prices keep going up as well.
So you reckon a new ground for you lot is a possibility?
They've been wanting it for years, but like we can only stay at Stamford Bridge because the Chelsea pitch owners own the name of Chelsea. Right. So I'm not sure. But I don't think it will happen because we'd have to leave Stamford Bridge for about 4 years first before that can even happen, and I don't see that happening. Yeah, there's so many logistical problems behind the new Stamford Bridge as well. So we're in a bit of a sticky situation because we literally can't move. So that's why they keep raising up our ticket prices because we aren't making enough match day revenue because we don't have enough fans in grounds compared to the rest of the top six.
I hear that. I get what you're saying. And that man is saying you can drink beer in the stands in Germany. I didn't know that. That's mad.
Away days at Germany is mad.
Yeah, Tottenham season tickets should be 1p. You lot on the Spurs slander, you know. You lot
never ends, bro.
But the thing is, Kroenke doesn't live at your stadium or the UK. What's that in response to? I think you're responding to someone in the crowd, isn't it? I mean, in the crowd, someone in the comments. Sorry, because we were talking about crowds. That's what it is. Nathan says, as an Arsenal fan, cheapest ticket I could find for a game was Brighton at the Emirates in 2019 was £64 to watch Arsenal Brighton. You know. Yeah,
2019 as well. That's the 1-1 draw where they bottled top four as well. That's nah. That'll piss me off.
Oh my god,
that would piss me off, man. We were in Fulham celebrating when that game finished because that guaranteed top four for us. Fuck that.
Oh my god, I remember that game. I know exactly. Yeah, was it Basuma who was laughing at the Arsenal fans afterwards?
Yeah. And then you got the photo of Kolasinac, Lacazette, and Aubameyang sitting on the bench, just depressed as hell. So many memes were running that day.
Yo, the fact, you are so shameless. The fact that you remembered that, that was 2 years ago.
I remember that. That was straight after our 3-0 win against Watford, last home game of the season. We were watching that in Nando's. It was scenes when Glenn Murray scored, sauce flying all over the place. It was fucking mad. You think we ain't got a moment to celebrate and enjoy Arsenal bottling another 2 points for us? That entire run to the end of the season was just hilarious. 4 snails running at top 4. Liverpool and City looking down on all of us.
Oh, that's too good. Be that. So
it was that game as well. Oh, mate, I'm glad you didn't go.
It was the week after the 3-2 Crystal Palace loss. Who lost 3-2? Who lost 3-2?
Arsenal. They had the easiest run-in that end of the season compared to all 4 of us. But United kept losing. Not Liverpool. Arsenal kept losing. Spurs kept losing because they had the final on their minds. And we just kept drawing games. So we just crawled all the way to 3rd place. It was hilarious.
Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. I'm just saying, David Luiz, he can't defend iconic moment from Stroh. Yeah, but that's typical Stroh. And that you need to tune into from a third eye view. He's always like that. That is typical Stroh. Someone says, I hope someone got a clip of Stroh insulting David Luiz. Someone's definitely clipped out. Want to use your done saying, I think Lewis loves Arsenal also. That's one of your duns is saying, fam.
Jamie, I know where you live, man.
Yeah, I know.
I actually know where you live, man. Less of that. Come on.
Come on, Jamie. And the man is saying, right, and then Baku. Right, did Baku happen after that? Was it the Baku season?
Arsenal had the worst end to the season in 2019. I was there for all of it because they were mugging us off for getting battered 6-0 by City. It was so glorious. God. They had the easiest run and they're all saying 3rd place is guaranteed. We're going to be above everyone. And they finished 5th. Which, by the way, big up Unai Emery for that. Man got him in his first season to a point off top 4 in a Europa League final. It's more than the fraud that they have now could ever do.
Yeah. Hey, Arteta won him the FA Cup though, fam. You got to take that into consideration.
Anthony Taylor tax.
This guy just pays it no mind whatsoever,
Don't care about it. What did the FA Cup get them? Their highest achievement this season was still being level on points with us for 24 hours.
Yeah, fact. So the fact that as soon as they became level on points with you, he got sacked. That's hilarious. And that Roman was like, yeah,
got a draw, and we're above them again. Now we can't even see them no more.
Yeah, because they're still where are they at? They're ninth,
somewhere mid-table. But they want to go into the European Super League.
Oh yeah, I can say the FA Cup got them Europa League. Did it?
What? Yeah, they finished 8th. Yeah, it did.
Okay. All right. Big up Neville B. Says big up the Sarcasm City crew. Big up to you. You know what I'm saying? He's also saying, T. Wells, yeah, Lewis, come on. I have a Christensen autograph and you don't.
Hey, I'll come to your yard and take it. Then I'll have a Christensen autograph and you won't. How about that?
Lewis on smoke. Good morning from Australia. They got 44. Yo, what time is it over there in Australia and that? Mad. You know what I'm saying? We got people watching from all across the globe and that. It's all good. Chelsea bantering us, but you let twerkers that move like prime Ronaldo 9 against your club. I don't know.
Sorry, away day tax. Sorry, couldn't do an away day to save his life.
Literally couldn't.
Sorry, away day tax.
Sorry. I love Sorry. Don't ever take him on an away day. Fucking hell, we won like 5 with him, and that was it.
Oh, man said away day tax. Whew. 6:42 a.m., bro. Yeah, man. Salute to you and that watching us early in the morning. Here's a good question before we continue on. Well, let's get to this. Lewis, how much would you pay to meet Andreas Christensen?
Pay? Probably see when the first game comes around because I know where the cars come out. Light work. You go.
Lewis knows and that. Lewis knows. Chronic Barlow says, Flawless, what do you any questions you look for about the European Super League and punishments? Let us know. Flawless, what do you think about how the Glazers aren't trying to sell? No surprise. I mean, leeches, you know what I'm saying, and that. So no surprise if they decide to not sell. Nothing shocks me with them anymore. This European Super League did not shock me. I was disgusted by it. Absolutely disgusted by it. Like I said, the timing to do that literally before the season even closed. Before the season even closed, you did that. You still got Champions League semi-finals, a FA Cup final. A Carabao Cup final, FA Cup semi-final. The race for the top 4 is still on. Teams are still trying to survive relegation. Teams are still trying to get promoted, all down the pyramid. And vice versa, teams trying to stay up in their respective leagues also. And you do it then. How dare you? Like, that is ridiculous. The audacity. Ridiculous. Malcolm says, yeah, Lewis is a comedian. And this is why I said they need to be relegated. I don't know if it's Championship, League 1, League 2. Not only does that do wonders, not only do they get punished with a points deduction when they go down, it does wonders for that league. If they go down to League 2, that does wonders for the revenue of all teams in League 2. And then because only 3 or 4 teams can go up, then it separates as well. And then League 1 and League 2 would get the revenue from that. And the Premier League would be fine. Would it take a hit? Yes. But would it be fine also? Yes. The Premier League would, people act like if the big 6 weren't there, the Premier League wouldn't get watched. It would still get watched, just not at the magnitude as it is now. And it makes the Premier League more interesting. If you drop out all the top 6, you might have a title race between Everton and Leicester. You never know. You see what I'm saying? You might get a title race. Who's West Ham, whoever else, Wolves, fighting for the top 4. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying fighting for you pay, man. Fighting for top 4. You know what I'm saying? You had to pay, yo. That was hella uncalled for, yo. You hella petty, man.
One man team, you already know. Fuck West Ham.
You hella petty. All right, this is a question. I go to Stroll for this. Who do you think the next CEO will be? Are you talking about Manchester United or are you saying in general? Like, are we talking about like UEFA with what's the question? In regards to Manchester United, I have no idea who the next CEO will be. But you know what? We'll switch that. You want FSG Gunstrong. Liverpool, who would you like? Is there anyone in mind in terms of ownership that you would like to take over?
No one really, like, unless it's because the problem is it's not going to be anyone Saudi based because of the whole Newcastle thing falling apart. So I doubt it'll be anyone from there. China, but seems unlikely. Just someone with a bit of morals who actually understands the club, for crying out loud, who can actually keep us at the level we're at now. Like, yes, we've had an awful season this season for a number of different reasons, and this shit definitely hasn't helped. Yeah. But just anything, just an owner that understands the club. That's all we want. Someone that's not fucking American.
Well, no, I hear that. I'm with that. I think we're all with that. Ryan saying a man said away day tax moving like Mesut Ozil. You might have taken liberties, you know. You might have taken liberties. Moving like Mesut Ozil.
Away day. Oh my days.
Oh my god, Ryan's on a madness. Oh, Ryan, you mad man.
Moving like message.
I love this Arsenal slander special. It's every day.
Oh, shit.
Oh my
shit
god.
got me over here choking at that man said away they tax. Moving like message.
Oh my days, man.
Oh my God. That is mad funny, yo. Oh, wait. Oh shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm finished, yo. Oh, I'm done. Whew. Oh my god. Right, that is mad funny, yo. Oh. Shit. Oh my god. Oh, where we at, yo? Oh man, I'm lost. I don't even know what's going on. Oh Jesus, yo.
Oh, that's just come off for a sec. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, that is mad funny, yo. I need to get myself together, yo. Oh, man's crying tears, yo. That is very disrespectful, yo. Oh.
It's disrespectful, but it's disrespectful because it's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The truth hurts and that. In this case, the truth is hilarious. Oh yeah. There ain't nothing like Arsenal slander in it. Arsenal slander is the bar, man. There's nothing like it, yo. Man said away they just moving like messages. You don't even know away days. I see them just be terrible and just get slandered on AFTV and that. Oh my god.
And they move like he's a legend now.
Yeah, they move like he's the guy. He moved like he's the guy. Alabama says, Flawless, are there going to be banners at the protest? And what do you think the estimated number will be? There definitely will be banners, 100%. He's talking here. Chronic Ballo, for those that don't know. The Glazers out. Protest is happening at Old Trafford this Saturday, 3 p.m. This Saturday, 3 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be there. I'm pulling up. I know everyone else is pulling up. I know Saeed will be there. Aaron will be there. JV's pulling up. Tox is going to pull up. I think every Manchester fan you see this Saturday, 3 p.m. This Saturday coming 3 p.m. I'm going to be there. I think everyone's going to be there. Like I said, if you can make it through in it. If you can make it, if you're in Manchester, you make sure you get down. Even if you're coming from a London or Birmingham or somewhere else, get down to it. I know I've had people message me and be like, yeah, I'm coming from London. I'm coming from here. I'm coming from there. Yeah, so it starts at 3 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Big up MUFC. And big up Umar. He says, Flawless, you're actually a legend. Yeah, man. Composure was gone in the pal. Gone. Finished. Whew. It's a Mazda that. Yeah, that's proper tilt with me. That's derailed it. But yeah, 3 p.m. Glazers out, man. Let's go to it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So rather than what we'll switch lanes here, rather than what we think the punishment, rather than what we want the punishment to be for the Big Six. Stro, we'll start with you. What do you think it will be?
I think a heavy fine.
Okay.
I think a hefty fine, and I think a potential points deduction at the start of that season, but nothing as drastic as what I said. So yeah, Lewis, I think that
hefty fine. Lewis, what are you saying? What do you think it'll be?
I feel like it will just be a fine. No, actually, I could see start the season everyone getting a points deduction because they would also fit into their most exciting league in the world. Like, here you go, all the top six are on like minus 20 points at the start of the season. Let's see who's really about it or not. Like, I could see them do something like that. So I'd say hopefully a points deduction. So like, you could give us a transfer ban if you want. See if we give a shit. Like, see what happened last time, innit? But it'll probably just be a points deduction.
A points deduction does make the Premier League much more interesting, though, because I still have a legitimate.
The whole top six,
like 20 points.
Like everyone's fucked, but only our own rivalry is fucked. Yes, we're all on the same problem.
No. Think about it. Give Arsenal a 10 points deduction. They're relegation. Gone.
Yeah, they could be.
Yeah,
gone.
I'll take the 20 points deduction, you know.
I definitely take it.
Yeah, come, we'll take the 20
I
points. We
definitely
can
take
get
it.
past it. Separate the men from the mice, innit? Cool, let's go. I am good. Let me see a timeline where you can get rid of Arsenal and Spurs and they made them big stadiums to play championship football. Premier League might not even be that bad, you know.
I'm with it.
Fool, you know. I said Arsenal be relegated instantly. Yeah, let's take it. Let's have it.
Yeah,
fuck it. It'll be worth the potential Europa League football. We stat pad that anyway. I'm cool with it.
I'm with it, you know. To see Arsenal like get relegated, like that'd be just dreams because I know you could just troll them for the whole of the next season, no matter what happens.
The entire year, they could say anything. You're in the championship.
Yeah. You're in the championship, and then we could watch their results when they lose to set teams and that. Yeah, when they're losing to Luton and that.
Derby to Brentford and Leyton Orient injected. Oh my gosh, yeah. Now Premier League need to run with this. I don't care. Give us the points.
Yeah,
bro, you're a genius.
Yeah, and that's all banter aside. Like they need to be hit all 6 clubs with it. But yeah, like that makes it much more interesting because I think Arsenal they can legitimately in a relegation battle. Just seeing them get relegated on the last day would be fantastic.
Wait there one sec. Let me just have a look at something.
Yeah, go on, Shaw. I know you're gonna check the table and that.
Clubs, right? I could see a Liverpool, a Manchester City, maybe a Chelsea. All of them would take a 20 points deduction, and I think they'd use it as motivation and just burn through it all instantly because they know they don't have a lot of time to waste. So I could see him hit the ground running. You lot, it's all dependent on your manager, isn't it? Like,
the thing is, we have players good enough to get us out of it.
It will take them ages to climb up a 20-point gap.
Yeah,
ages.
Yeah.
So with that and loss of motivation as well, when your bad form hits, I could easily see him be dusted for months on that. That would be crazy. That would cripple them.
Yeah, man said of mice and men settings, North London, you know, you lot are jokers and that. You lot are jokers. You lot are comedians. Glazers, is this true? What? Breaking news after the failed coup of the European Super League. The Glazer family have sold Manchester United for $3 billion. Look at this guy. He tried to quote it as well. You know what I'm saying? I like you Glazers out. Oh, yeah, you was asking me before as well. Someone asked how many people do I think will be at the protest? No idea. No idea. But I'm just hoping as many people get there as well. And if you can't get there as well, All for United, my guy Ben, who runs All for United, they're doing a virtual protest. So if you follow them on Twitter and all their platforms, All for United on YouTube as well. We've had Ben on Man United before. They're doing a virtual protest, so you can log into that. I'm going to try to go live from my Instagram at some point, depending on what's going on, but it could be on Mazza. I know Saeed said he's going to try to go live. People will be going live anyway if they're there. I'm going to do my best to do it, though. That's what it is. But I'm saying relegation, but at 20-point deduction. MB's here says points deduction would make the big 6 more money. Everyone will tune in for their story. That's true. But even if they get relegated, everyone's going to tune in for their story. Imagine the big 6 in the championship.
If anything, it makes the Premier League more money.
Yes, definitely makes the Premier League more money. Definitely, because you got new people challenging. You got new teams challenging for the title. You got new top 4 race, new Europa League, and you've also got you got relegation battle. Yeah, that's news. You got relegation. You got Arsenal and Spurs fighting on the last day to finish 17th. You know what I'm saying? In that, imagine that Arsenal and Spurs fighting on the last day of the season for who doesn't go down.
You know, somewhere in that, David Luiz is getting a red card.
Oh yeah, definitely. David Luiz gonna do something. Spurs gonna Spursy it. You know what I'm saying? In that, Spurs gonna Spursy it. I'm just saying. It's good teacher proposal. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments here. Yo, big up Ryan S. Now keep the jokes rolling in. Here, JB says the Prem don't have the balls to demote the top 6. I agree with you, but they need to throw the book at them. They won't, but they need to. They need to do something crazy.
They'll throw the book at them, but they won't demote them a division.
Would you reckon? Minus 20 points or something, or 10 points,
Probably.
or 15?
In fact, both. 9 points deduction, I could see.
Go on, Straw. You saying?
No, I'm saying 9-10 points.
Okay, you see, it needs to be even more than that. You know what I'm saying? I can say, bro, that would make the Prem worse than League One. It's not about making the Premier League better, though. It's about punishing these teams so they don't try no shit like this again.
Yeah,
Even make the Premier League worse than League One? No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, he's saying the French league. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so the Premier League.
League One, but would it still do that? I don't think so.
Huh? Like it's not an entertainment thing.
What are you saying?
No, I was saying that means the Premier League will turn to the Farmers League.
Mbappe's tweet would be true in that. It makes the Premier League much more interesting to me. It makes it much more interesting. Because like I said, you get a new
there'll
title.
be clubs that would rise up past the 20 points deduction.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, I think Chelsea, United, City, Liverpool, those four would be okay. It's the North London clubs. You know what I'm saying? United, but we have enough individual quality to make that gap. That's literally
2 from 5 at the back, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just another year of defensive football, but fine. I don't care. We'll get out of it easily.
No, I hear that. MB saying, fantastic, yeah, flawless. You definitely want my like MB to die from heart failure. Yo, Stro, have you got headphones? I'm getting feedback in it. Fantastic, yeah, flawless. You definitely want man like MB to die from heart failure. That would be the nail in the coffin. You forget I'm only 24. Hey, seeing you lot in the championship would be great. I'd be watching AFTV even if you lot won. I don't watch it when you lot win, but if you lot win the championship, I'm watching it when you win. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, either so I
Definitely.
can clip you gassing up your players against championship players or taking the piss out of you for losing to championship players.
That's it.
Everything's a W for us that entire season.
Everything. Ooh, you know how much banter would run?
Just
Jeez.
imagine that.
Bro, why do you think I
Akinfenwa
switched as soon
elbowed
as he said
someone.
Arsenal could go down?
Yeah, I'd love that. Go on, Stro.
No, I'm saying, just imagine it. Akinfenwa elbowed David Luiz when he was going for a challenge. It's a disgrace. It's a definite red card. I hope they get relegated.
Wicked man, you're a cheat. I hope you don't get relegated.
Wayne Rooney comes out of retirement to pack Arsenal one more time with Derby.
Oh yeah, definitely. 1,000,000%. It'd be fantastic. Arsenal are the team for that as well. See what I'm saying, people? When I say this didn't start off for us to banter Arsenal. They are just a bar for banter. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. It's not our fault. Blame your club in it. Blame the footballing gods. It's not
If you
on us.
don't like this, you better turn up Friday 6 p.m. Don't do it.
Shit. This guy, you know.
Actually, there is something I want to address.
Yeah, go on. Speak on it.
Where's Harry Kane's comments? England captain,
He's not said nothing.
Tottenham
He's not saying
captain.
no.
I ain't seen fucking anything.
Mad.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's
Very interesting.
Non-existent, like the Spurs.
Wait, so the man had the time to put a comment about Mourinho, but he didn't have the time to say nothing about the Super League.
Exactly my point.
yeah.
Oof. He definitely don't care about Enoch out. No wonder Spurs don't.
Mad. Yeah, that's peak. That is peak. Still, Glazer's out is saying, where is it? Give them a minus 40-point deduction for the 21-22. If you're going to give them that amount, might as well just relegate him. I've said this, relegate him. And the reason why is because what Sentiment FC is saying here. Everyone needs to stay focused and disciplined. Everyone needs to stay focused and disciplined. And don't forget, they try to kill football. That's my point. They try to take this thing away from us, how we know it. I'm all for revamping. I've said this before, and I will keep saying this. The idea of the European Super League, I like the idea of it. The idea could have worked. I'm saying the execution was absolutely disgusting. The timing of it was absolutely disgusting. And they need to be held accountable for that. This is why we need to hit them hard. You know what I'm saying? Relegate us. And I'm saying that about my own club. Relegate us and hit us with a points deduction as well. Give back to these
If you win the Champions League, you might as well relegate us. I won't care.
Yeah, relegate, yes, relegate him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you were like, we win the Europa League, I'd be gassed, but it's like, I'm still saying relegate him. You know what I'm saying? And that has to be done. Has to be done. You lot get the likes up as well. We are on 36 likes, so let's push that. No, actually, we're on 39, sorry. So let's get that up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure if you're watching this live or watching this back, and subscribe to the channel as well. Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you do that. Malcolm saying Arsenal will get gassed when Aubameyang does a last-minute tapping against Wimbledon and does a full-on front flip as well. You know what I'm saying? And that full-on front flip against Wimbledon is ridiculous. Flawless, if we get relegated, our best players will leave. Who? Saka. Tierney. Gabriel.
Oh, is he an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, he must be. Yeah, because he said
leaving anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, who else? You got Gabriel. Who would leave? All right, let's put this. Let's play fantasy relegation with Arsenal and that. If they got relegated, what players are leaving? I think Leno goes. I think Bellerin leaves.
To where?
You don't think Leno leaves? You don't think someone picks him up at a cheap price?
Probably
somebody
would pick because Pickford's awful.
Yeah, someone will pick up Leno.
No, I think Leno leaves.
Leno leaves. Gabriel, I think he leaves. I think Bellerin leaves. I think Tierney bounces.
Bellerin can stay. I don't know who you take him.
You telling me a Spanish team would take him?
Bellerin.
You telling me a Spanish team would take Bellerin?
They're just taking him on fucking name rights or because he's Spanish. That's it then.
Yeah, Bellerin leaves. Tierney definitely goes. Gabriel.
I can see
definitely
Tierney
leaves.
stay, to be
You
honest.
reckon Tierney stays?
Yeah, I can see Tierney
Bro, he's
stay.
been playing in Scottish. It's the equivalent of the Championship anyway.
Exactly, he'll be fine.
But he wants to go back. The whole point of
Yeah.
going to Arsenal was to be playing in the Premier League and in Europe.
If you don't want to go backwards in your career, don't go to Arsenal then. Simple. And like I'll tell you this all the time. The whole midfield stays. Actually, no, Partey probably.
Partey leaves. Partey leaves.
All about it.
Yeah. Xhaka and El Neni find their level. Odegaard goes back to Madrid. The Smith Rowe stay.
Yeah, Smith Rowe stays. You
Okay.
can take the game time. That wasn't even meant to be slander. That wasn't even meant to be slander. I can't lie.
Saka. Saka definitely leaves.
Yeah,
Martinelli goes. Lacazette and Aubameyang dip too.
I think Saka stays, Martinelli goes.
You reckon Saka stay? Nah, someone picks up Saka in the Premier League.
No, they'll keep some of their key players, like even just to get them up there.
You think so? That'd be great.
Aubameyang leaves. No, Aubameyang just holds Arsenal further back because he's on 390k
Yeah.
a week. He's not.
You just
gonna-
holds him to ransom.
Ozil was doing just sits there.
Yeah,
on
he
the
just
bench
holds
with
it too.
a fucking umbrella.
Yeah,
Literally, and I'm so not surprised that his form has dipped as soon as he got that contract. Man, there's no motivation.
Someone on the live
Lacazette probably leaves.
Yeah, Lacazette, I definitely someone on the live stream in the comments called him Tragic Scott. I was like, you lot are wilding than that. I'm like, you lot are wilding, ridiculous.
Tragic Scott. No, I'm scared. I gotta take that. No,
yeah.
no, I'm
Somebody said
taking
it.
that.
Tragic Scott. I was
No
like,
way.
it's ridiculous.
Oh
Tragic
my, man
Scott.
said Tragic Scott. I've heard Travis shit. I've heard fucking just B-Tech Travis Scott. I've not heard Tragic Scott. That's mad.
Yeah. He's a mazza. Oh, JB says, Flawless, you spent the last 3 minutes talking about Arsenal support United. I just presumed it was Arsenal, innit? Big up to you, man. You one of us. You would leave from us. Yeah, we'd be in trouble if United go right. I think any of the top 6, if they go down, they lose a lot of their big players in that. They lose the majority of their major stars. You don't think so, Strom? You think you lot stay? You see,
No,
you reckon most? Go on.
I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking like, I think City would be all right.
Yeah, someone saying
I
Pep.
think
Yeah.
Chelsea would be all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just depends who.
Yeah. Nah, I hear that. I hear exactly what you're saying. 44. It would be interesting though if one of the big 6 did go, if they all got relegated, who stays? That's another thing we've not looked at is who decides to stay. Because I know Juventus, some of their players left, but some of their big players stayed as well and helped them get back up to Serie A as well. When Juventus got relegated and hit with the massive points deduction a few years back, no one left. They all stayed and got Juventus back to Serie A and went back to winning titles. Did everyone leave? I mean, did everyone stay? I'm sure someone would have left. I know a lot of them stayed.
A lot left.
Yeah. I know a lot.
Vieira left. Zlatan left. Who else left? There was a few players.
Cannavaro.
Cannavaro, yeah, he was another one. But they had Buffon stay. Del Piero stayed. Nedved stayed as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trezeguet stayed.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah, they had a few players that stayed. But let me
That's
check it out to find out.
Yeah, find out for us, please. Find out for us, please. But yeah, that's my whole point. If the teams, it would be very interesting to see if the Big 6 was relegated, who stays, who kicks.
Yeah, here it is.
Go on.
Juve lost Fabio Cannavaro and Emerson to Madrid, Lilian Thuram and Zambrotta to Barcelona, Mutu to Fiorentina. Oh, that's a throwback. Patrick Vieira and Zlatan to Inter. But they kept Del Piero, Buffon, Chiellini, Nedved, Trezeguet, Zaletta, and Camoranesi for the 2006-07 season.
Mad. So they did lose players. I knew that. And says,
And it wasn't minus 30. It got taken down to 9 points after then.
okay, but they went down to Serie C. Was it? Or was it B?
B.
Okay, yeah.
Napoli was in there as well, surprisingly.
Mad. Flawless. If Man United got relegated, which players would leave and stay at Old Trafford? I think all the players you would expect to leave would leave. So all our like big stars would leave. Like Pogba's gone.
No, but
Bruno's
you got
gone.
how many on big wages that they wouldn't get at other clubs?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying, to be
but-
honest.
The reason why I think they take the hit is simply because they don't want to be playing championship.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
1
wanna-
year, because any top 6 side goes down other than all 6 of them at the same time. They're going straight back up.
That's the key thing, though. That's what we're forgetting, and that's a great point you just made there, Lewis. You've got the other 5. You've got 5 of the big 6 with you.
Yeah, if all 6 of them go down,
Yeah,
then
'cause
you
the
might
other-
see a few more Arsenal players leave than usual because
Yeah.
they know they ain't going up. But then it creates an even bigger problem for them because I think a lot of clubs will try and hold on to their players just so they have the best chance.
You got to think only
Even
three
though
come up.
Arsenal, it's like a bad scenario because they ain't going up.
Yeah,
They're
there's only
waiting
3
2
come up
years.
from the championship. So let's say they are in the championship. Only 3 come up to the Premier League. So that means there's a 2 automatic, then that leaves 4 others. You take away Arsenal, that leaves 3 others.
If I was Arsenal, thank God I'm not, I'd hold the players up for 1 year,
Yeah.
and then loan them for the second year. That would be if they're smart.
Okay.
Because you hold them in under the false pretense that, right, we're going to go all for it this season. If we go up, you'll stay because it's the Premier League. If we don't go up, we'll let you go. You hold them for the year, they eventually fail, then you loan them out for the second season. Just say, we'll go up this time, but we'll still keep you on contract for when we're in the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, I hear that. I hear exactly what you're saying on that. True. That's spot on. That's too smart for teams to do, though. What you just said there makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Right. Look at them trying to make a fucking Super League. They couldn't even do that shit, right?
There we go with it. That tells you all you need to know. Flawless, apart from money, why are any of the players at the big 6 clubs with such uncertainty of club direction now? No, it's facts. That's what I'm saying. If teams did get relegated altogether, I think we do see a lot of players leave from all 6 clubs. I think players leave because it makes it more. It's not just going. The thing is with Juventus, the difference is they went to Serie B with them just by themselves. So it's like, all right, if the majority of us stay, we can come straight back up. If all big 6 go to the championship, 3 of them ain't coming back straight away. So that's 2 straight seasons in the championship. That's 2 straight seasons in the championship. And what we're forgetting as well, which we need to add on to this, there's so many layers to this, and this is why the Europa League is so fucked up. If they get a points deduction, how does that impact as well? Only one might win it, and the other might get in a playoff spot. That changes everything. So you might have teams where you have 2 to 3, say Arsenal, for instance, 2-3 straight seasons in the championship. You're now a championship side.
That's a timeline I can get behind.
It's facts, though. Anyway. Yeah, they are mid-table side and that. Yeah,
please make the big London derby Millwall v Arsenal, please.
It's peak. Someone said it there. Imagine Ty at the den from Millwall away. Pick up Jamie. I was saying.
We've been dreaming of Millwall away for years, but I know when Millwall away comes, I will not be getting a ticket.
Yeah. That's not the place to be in that.
Millwall fans don't want to fuck with me. Chelsea fans defo don't even want to fuck with me. So I'm getting fucked from both ends.
Mazza, you still having issues with Chelsea? I know you had issues in the past, but you got issues with Chelsea fans still?
Oh yeah, like that wasn't the main reason why I didn't go yesterday because I had 2 mates' birthdays. I would have been at one place or the other if I wanted to, but probably would have kicked off if I went down there. Definitely. It's one of those things where my own presence creates a toxic environment just because people don't fuck with me like that.
Or because you just speaking about Chelsea. The thing
just
is, but the thing is, you're never.
And the Black Lives Matter stuff as well. Because
the Black Lives Matter stuff makes sense. I understand, like you getting heat for that, even though they're dickheads for that. It's the whole. You've never been, if I remember correctly, like heavily Lampard out, heavily Sarri out, heavy Conte out. You know what I'm saying?
Every manager in. Conte until the end. Actually, no, Lampard. I was out by the Leicester game because he said this team weren't capable of winning the league. I was like, you're an idiot if you think that.
Yeah. But you weren't even open on it. Go on.
Yeah. I was like, I see why people are Lampard out. I'm not saying it yet, but I understand.
Yeah.
Then after the Leicester game, it was like, you can't get the squad to work. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, you didn't heavily criticize Lampard.
No,
Sarri,
no disrespect. Never
Conte.
any disrespect to Lampard. I said I love the man. But it's over. It's done. Just let's end it now before it gets worse, please. Because even to this day, the disrespect I see on Lampard's name because of how well Tuchel's doing is disgusting to me.
Yeah,
and I get Tuchel saved us, but Lampard saved us as well, and you don't get the respect. It's also it finished 2-1 Man City. 2-1 Man City.
Yeah, that's what don't make no. That's what don't make no type of sense is because you've never been heavily any of the managers out. That's what don't make no sense to me.
But to be honest, that's been part of the problem as well because so many of the match-going fans were Sarri out.
Okay, so you had it on the flip side, whereas because you were Sarri in and they were Sarri out, they disliked you.
They were chanting, "We want Sarri out." I was chanting Sarri ball when we got the winner against Cardiff because the atmosphere was that fucking toxic.
That's mad.
But that's why me and match-going fans have never really got along.
That's mad, you know. That's mad. It's yeah.
It can. That's the thing where where clubs, fan bases, they can really just get stuck into like their own opinion. It's like you can go there and be open about your thoughts. You really can't.
Yeah.
They say that you can, you really can't. You have to follow the status quo to a certain extent, or they're just going to label you a prick.
Yeah, like that. That is, yeah. And JB saying, "Hey, Lewis, be careful, don't get yourself in dangerous situations." I think he knows that. You know what I'm saying? As he's
I've
speaking
been calm for now. We'll see what happens when we go back to grounds, but
Yeah.
I ain't never been touched before, so I'll be fine.
It's one of them. Just be careful like that. Sentiment FC says, flawless, even without relegation of Big Six, players don't know if the club is coming or going with the clear view of a lack of ambition. The clear view of a lack of ambition from the top. PSG is looking real tempting. I hear you in that. I hear you. I'm full. I hear what you're saying with that. And that's why I think we would see a lot like the stuff I'm talking about. If teams were the Big Six was relegated to the championship, the points deduction is if they're hit with a 10, 20 points, that hinders, only 3 of them can come up from the 6 anyway. So now if you hit them with the points deduction, that means, let's say 3 do come up. That means the other 3 teams have a second season in the championship. And then that's no guarantee that all 3 of them get out. So you could have 2 to 3 straight seasons of, let's say, Arsenal in the championship. That could happen. Yeah, man, and Glazer's out all day, every time. Glazer's out. But yeah, I think we're going to close the show on that one. Anyway, Stroh, any final thoughts on the European Super League, the Big Six, how they should be punished, etc., where people can find you, all of that good stuff?
Only real thoughts is I'm still 48 hours out, and why on earth were Arsenal and Spurs in it?
Yep.
You know what? That might be the agenda FC next week. We can just run that.
Yeah, go for it. Get Slav on or something, because I'm asking both of them on Shameless FC this week.
Yeah, we definitely get.
In fact, when we get to Spurs, I want to know how they feel about sacking Jose for 30 million, and now they ain't even getting the Super League money injection.
Ooh. I'm sure you're going to tell him all this on Shameless FC, but how did Arsenal and Spurs get into the... Yeah, we're running this. I'm going to shout when the surfer and see if he's about as well. We're going to run that. Stroh, you're more than welcome to join in that. That's next week's episode. We've done it a week in advance. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be great stuff. But anything else, Stroh, you want to add before we dip?
Yeah, FSG, go fuck yourself. Get out of the club. Obviously, you can find me at Mr. Itstro, Instagram and Twitter. From a third eye view, the Alicia Wayman Foundation. Bun FSG. Woodward in, Glazers in. I can't see this is the thing that's pissed me off more than anything. Yeah, I can't even make that joke anymore because of this whole European fucking Super League shit. I hate all of it.
Yeah, we've had to band together. You think I was crunky in up until this, and I'm like, nah, fuck you in it. You know what I'm saying? You took it too far in that. As much as I like bantering Arsenal, and you give me great reason to. You give me great material to work with. So much low-hanging fruit. You've took it too far. Same with FSG. You know what I'm saying? Not replacing Van Dijk and bringing in Virgil van Kabak. But, now you've taken it too far. Now I can't banter FSG. Fuck the love of him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can see him there at Mr. Istro. You can catch him on From a Third Eye View with me also alongside JV every Monday on Pi Radio, people. That's 7 p.m. We go live on the Pi Radio YouTube and also DAB Radio. Lewis, anything you want to add in regards to this?
Yeah, now top 4 actually means something. Let's go and smash West Ham on Saturday because we had a snooze fest yesterday.
Oh yeah, I forgot top 4s. Yeah, you lot are still chasing top 4, innit? You know what I'm saying?
I was meant to be back on Saturday, so I can't be asked.
Man like Lionel Jesse. You know what I'm saying? Man like Lionel Jesse. But yo, big up everyone who's locked in.
The AC Penitentiary as well with Antonio.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He needs to score. He's going to score anyway. You know what I'm saying? And this guy locked up. I can't believe he locked up Andy Carroll and that. You know what I'm saying? And that. How you put Andy Carroll in the...
What's his name? Morpie and Welbeck getting inducted.
Man, put Mope in there, you know.
Damn right, man. We're filling up everybody. Mope ain't even done nothing. I don't even mind him because he's Arsenal's victim and shit, but it is what it is.
It is. But yeah, love to everyone who has locked into Agenda FC. Obviously, the show is every Wednesday. We push the time around, obviously, because of European. And also, as well, what I figured out on the channel is because sometimes when shows go live, it takes a while to protest, but there's a past live stream section now on the channel that I've managed to select. I was messing around with the edits and seeing that. So on the YouTube channel, you go to the past live stream section, you can see all the shows, and there's a playlist for every single show, including this one. So if Agenda FC is your favorite show, you can just watch Agenda FC back to back. Or it might be Man United, might be the Q&A, Kiadam City, etc., whatever show that you prefer. And we're going live in 45 minutes. We're back, myself and Ryan, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, answering all your questions. But yeah, man, like I said, throw the book at the Big Six. That's my thoughts on it. So happy. Here we go. Rabbit Flawless. What's the link to the Pi Radio on YouTube? Just go to, for one, there's a playlist for that as well. So From a Third Eye View, there's a playlist for all the shows. All you need to do is go on YouTube and type in Pi Radio. but it's youtube.com/Pi Radio UK. But if you type in Pi Radio in the YouTube bar, it will pop up. And like I said, that's myself, Stro, and JV talking all things Premier League and that. But yeah. Today is mad. Yeah, see, this is not right. Today is mad, Saeed and Nuruddin beefing with the Ollie inners and that. It's like, ain't even about Ollie in versus Ollie out, man. It's about getting these Glazers out. That's a side note for another day. People know I'm Ollie out, but I'm not even interested in that. Zero interest in that. It's about getting these Glazers out. And people just lose the sight of that. Love the new format / picture. Big up RM, appreciate that. And like I said, we're back at 11 p.m. people, so just under 45 minutes. And this has been Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.